Hey, and welcome. This is a sunrise vinyasa flow, and welcome to those of you who are new in the group. I'm really happy that you are here, and I hope you will enjoy the classes. And if you have questions, just please ask. The meditation classes are not so often. You get a pure meditation class once in a while. But we have meditation and pranayama, which means energy and breathing exercises, in 95% of the classes. So in almost all the classes, there is arrival, tuning in, a focus, and an intention, and breathing exercises, also called pranayama. And that means that you can actually do most of the classes, at least the first 10-20 minutes of all the classes. And you can just do that, maybe before going to work or coming home from work, a stressful day. You can just put on 10 minutes of a class just to come back home to you, find your breath, lower your shoulders, and yeah, remember who you are. So today it's a sunrise vinyasa class, and I'm gonna go through some of the most basic standing poses, which means this is a great class for a beginner or if you haven't done much yoga before. There'll also be flow elements, of course, because I can't help myself. Alright, so let's come to the mat, sit down. And I can see someone is watching and maybe participating on the mat. Welcome. You can write me who you are, and if you are with me like the whole class, that's nice to know. We start with the playlist I just shared. And the playlist is called Rise and Shine Flow. Rise and Shine Flow. And we start with the song Awakening. Awakening. It's song number 2 on that playlist. 1, 2, 3. Or maybe I didn't. Did I share it? I was pretty sure I shared it, but maybe I was just thinking it and I actually didn't. So hang on, I'll just share it with the group. Because I was like, yes, I did share it, didn't I? Maybe not. And I was like on the way to, and then I didn't fulfill it. But it's all in the group now. So let's go back to the playlist so we can sync it. We start with the song Awakening. 1, 2, 3. Boom. And just for now have it low in the background. And I guess it's maybe N. N är det dig där med? Skal bare lige tjekke, om der er noget, der er skrevet her. På siden en kommentar. Nå, det kan jeg så ikke lige se. Men det er hyggeligt, at du er med i hvert fald, hvis det er dig. Det er jo så 30 år siden, jeg har set dig sidst. Det er godt nok sjovt at tænke på. Yeah. So let's arrive, wriggle a little bit so you come down in your seat. Take a deep breath and sigh out loud. One more time, deep breath, sigh out loud. come into your Ujjayi breath. So the Ujjayi breath is the most commonly used in yoga, both in meditation and in movement. And Ujjayi means that we pull up the Mula Bandha and pull in the Uddiyana Bandha. So the Mula Bandha is the front of your pelvic floor up and in. You can think about it as the bladder. You pull the bladder up and in. And the Uddiyana Bandha is the navel. So the lower organs, you take them in and then slightly up. And we don't do it aggressively. It's not aggressively, it's just a pull up and in. A gently hold. It's called the bandha, a lock. And then you take your hands to the side, to the ribs, and start to breathe sideways. You fill up your lungs to the side. You say hello to your lungs. You put your hands on your back as far up as you can, and you make your lungs grow big to your back. You inhale, grow your lungs big. Exhale, let your lungs dive into you, fall back. Inhale, grow your lungs big and outwardly. And exhale, let your lungs melt back into the spine. And then you just rest your hand on your lap, on your thighs. And the Ujjayi breath comes with a sound, a deep rotating sound in your throat. So it's beneath the Adam's apple and then in. To me it sounds like a far away whisper across the ocean. For others it may sound like a respiratory machine, the ones in the hospitals, which make you breathe. And then you elongate your spine by meeting what you're sitting on. So it's like an elevator where you're going down to go up. And it's going in both directions. You are meeting what you're sitting on, and then with the ripple effect travel upwards. And then you make your inhale just as long as you exhale. So you count 4, 6, or 8. Inhale 4, exhale 4. Or if you can do 6, you do that. Or if 8 is better It's going to your edge without fighting the edge. It's going to the edge outwardly and then inwardly. Like a smooth tidal wave. Two more breaths with the counting. Then you inhale straight in through your nose into the top vertebra, atlas, into your brain, and out through your nose. On your next inhale, you'll inhale in through the nose to the top vertebra and then down the spine, all the way down to the tailbone. And the exhale goes straight up, inside the spine, outside the spine, and up through the top of your head. So inhale is a reverse L form going down. Exhale is straight up. Vertical line going straight up to the stars. Inhale in through the nose, into the brain, and down. From the tailbone, all the way up through the top of your head. Inhale in and down. Exhale all the way up. Inhale in, down. And exhale all the way up through all the vertebrae. And out. 3 more times. Direct your breath. Direct the energy, the prana coming in. And prana going out. Back to the stars. One last time. Make sure that the oxygen goes all the way down to the tailbone. And then rest your breath. Let your breath be full. to palm. And you let your palm travel to your palm at your heart center. Arm Mudra, prayer position. We are wide in our heart, in our heart space, where love flows and empathy lives. Slowly open up your eyes. And namaste. And then come down to your seat and just close your legs out to the side and just shake it a little bit. Move over. And take your right foot in, so bend the right knee. And here you can use blocks under your knees for support, which I really recommend also if you're one of those that are hyperflexible. Then use blocks as a support. You flex the left foot and you point the right foot. You can also sit on a blanket, which is very helpful. You slowly walk out the straight leg, and you can take your hand to the chest so that you keep and have the heart open. Keep the chest open. Inhale, right arm up, and then we start to sway and move. If you don't have blocks, you can use blankets, pillows, and lunchbox, Tupperware. Sway in the wind here. And imagine a meadow full of flowers. We have that quite a lot in Denmark. Meadows. And especially where Anne and me were from. And Anne also. Anne is sometimes in the group. Meadows with wildflowers on, being moved by the wind. So imagine you are sitting on a meadow and the wind is moving it. And you can let the arm relax down, or take the arm behind so you can keep the shoulder open. You can also let the arm stay above you. Try your best to keep the chest open, nose towards the sky. Breathe deeply. Emily, como asanas. And come down into the middle of the seat. Just swing a little bit down here. Put your hands to the floor. Lean from one end to the other. Slowly meeting your hips here. Ooh. And then we get ready. For me, cork isn't too hard underneath, so foam is much better in blankets. And then we start to roll here, up and down. And this is a sunrise vinyasa, so I'm guessing you're doing this in the morning, or at least some of the first things that you are doing after getting up. And since this is in the morning when you are watching it, your spine contains a lot of toxins in the night. A lot of toxic waste gathers around the spine, so you may feel that right now. You may feel, ooh, which will be different in the afternoon after a lot of movement. But right now, your spine may be saying, ouch, ooh, ooh, ooh. So just take care. And then we stay down, and here you can also use blocks under your elbows. Tip forward. In my classes, we almost always use blocks. So if you don't have blocks, invest in at least 2. I recommend 4. 2 foams and 2 corks. But at least that's the minimum 2. And I prefer foam because it's softer. It's just much nicer to lie on, use as support, rest your head on, as we will be doing here. You can rest your head on. It's nice to rest your arms on. And then foam is just softer and nicer. So if you only have money to buy 2 blocks now, buy foam. And then in the future, or as a birthday gift, you can wish for corks. Corks are much more environmental friendly, but they're hard. They're awesome for strength exercise, for balance poses, but they're not very nice to lie on. And release your legs, your foot, your ankles, and just blah, forward and down. Some more deep breaths here. So come up, and we're going to change sides. So take the right leg to the side and then the left knee. And use your hands as help. Use your hands and your arms to help get in, so you can relax in the legs. And find your blocks. You want equal weight in the sits bones at the beginning. So really nice. Use those blocks. They're such a help. And that's what yoga is all about. Finding back to supporting yourself in a healthy way. And we start to sway, coming back to that beautiful meadow that I'm pretty sure all of us in the group, we know the type of meadow with wildflowers. Otherwise, you use your imagination. You've seen it in a movie. Then if I go in the background and with me, Anne of Green Gables. Sway in the wind. Find a pause. Nose towards the sky. Keep your chest open, and you can relax the arm if you want to the front or on the back to keep the shoulder open. And we fall into the middle, walk into the middle. And again, hands to the floor. Just walk a little bit from side to side. Say hello to your hips here, and then shake a little bit. And then we inhale, lengthen the spine. And then we start to use the wave motion here again. Of course, you can use a block under your hips to get more space. You have more range to move up and down. Two more waves up and down. Chin in, release the chin, going down. Chin in, and chin down. And then you stay down low, arrive on the block. Onto your arms. Blocks can be used in various ways. And some of you may just sit up straight. That would be more than enough for just tipping slightly forward. So you meet yourself in your boundaries. Where are your limitations? And you honor that. You honor that. The body is there to be honored. It's not there to be crushed. Two more deep breaths here. And slowly arm up. And then we're gonna lengthen and straighten out both our legs to the front. Again, help yourself. Use your arms and your hands. Lift your legs in. And then lift up your seat muscles. So find your sits bones. All of us are going to use a block now, or a lunchbox, or a blanket under the knees. And then put your heels down into the floor. And it's like you're steering yourself, like one of those old cars that you had when I was young, when I was a kid. Definitely in my parents' age, that they made themselves super to be. Heels down, and you kind of steer the femur bones into the hip joints. So the femur bones are going straight in, and you can bend the knees a lot. You can also have the block medium. And inhale, arms up. Flex your feet. Medium is a little bit too much for me. Lengthen from the tailbone Up all the way through. Use your heels. Move yourself forward. And you take a little bit more. One hand at each side of the leg, and then we roll. And again, here, it's morning. Be careful. Be gentle. So chin out, going down. Take your chin into your chest. Keep the chin going up. Release the chin, going down. Chin into your chest, rolling up. Exhale. Breathe back. And stay down. Palms up, relax your arms. And here you can actually use, if you can't come down so far, you can rest your hands on blocks here. So don't think pretty now. This is not about pretty. This is collapse, and let go of your toes. Let go of your ankles and your feet. And if one foot is going out, let it. If one foot is going in, let it. Let your feet and your legs behave the way they want to behave right now. Chin in. It's not about pretty. This is just a complete collapse. Allow yourself to fully relax your muscles, everything, let go. I'm not holding myself up. Remember to breathe sideways. Two more breaths. And slowly roll out. Support yourself. Going out. roll, roll. Up. And then come down, continue all the way down on your back. Take your knees with you. Give yourself a hug. Now extend the legs to the sky. Flex your feet. Gather your knees together so there's no gap. Put together. And then lift up your face and look into your tummy. Arms alongside the body. Squeeze your tummy muscles. Inhale, we swim back. Flat back to the mat. Exhale, fingers to the ceiling, circle. Inhale, arms go alongside the floor. Exhale, fingers to the ceiling. Inhale. Back, exhale, squeeze. And all the time, push the lower back down into the mat. No air between the lower back and the mat. And you can test by sticking in your fingers. Squeeze your tummy muscles. 4, 3, 2, last one. Hands next to your body. Straighten out your legs. Inhale, one leg down at a time. Exhale, back up. Inhale, one leg down. Exhale, back up. Here again, super important. Push the lower back down. Really modern. Slow, controlled, down. Exhale, back up. Inhale. Four, 3, 2, 1. Heels to the ceiling. Lift up your tailbone. So it's only the lower bottom of your upper body that you lift up. So it's only the sit bones and tailbone. And if you can lift up like 1 centimeter, you're doing really well. So the legs are not going over you, above you. It's going straight up to the ceiling. It's a vertical, straight up. It's not crossed over, not towards your chest. No, it's straight up. And that is difficult. That's why you don't want to do it. You squeeze the lower tummy muscles. That's called transversus abdominis. And especially women. We are weak here in these muscles. Way down below. And especially if you gave birth to a couple of kids. So we want to collect ourselves down there again. We need the strength down here. Heels straight up. 4 more. Last one. And give yourself a hug. Cycle with the knees so you really give yourself a massage in the lower back. Down at the sacrum. Get some speed. Rock. And then 1, 2, 3 all the way up on your feet. And then you can use a block here under your hands. Relax your head. Inhale. Tailbone up, straighten out your legs. Exhale, bend the knees, tailbone down. Inhale, tailbone up, straighten out the legs. Exhale, bend the knees, tailbone down. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. 0 degrees in your feet. Keep going. 0 degrees in your feet. It means the toes are not going out. Get your toes in. And your knees are going straight over your toes. Your knees are not going in or out. Straight over. Spread your toes. Next time, straighten out your legs the best you can, but stay in contact, tummy to thigh. Relax your arms. Use that block. So tummy is resting on the thighs. It means most of you have bent legs. And all you have to think about and try is to get the tailbone up without lifting your upper body. Roll your tummy into your tummy. Now bend your knees a lot and cradle, rock, roll, shake your way up. Take your time. Your time is not my time, so maybe you're already up, or maybe you take forever to get up. Hands to heart once you get up standing. And spread your toes. Spread your toes 0 degrees in both your feet. So we all have a tendency to maybe take one foot out a little bit. So try to get them both in. And the knees on top of your toes. Inhale, arms to the sky. Look up. Exhale, fold forward. Bend the knees. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, check the diagonal dust and walk back into plank. And you can take your knees down first into the mat. Let the elbows go alongside your ribs, all the way into your ribs, going down. Then rolling cobra here. Pubic symphysis down, and tailbone pointing to the heels. We roll. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Also spread your fingers. It's not just your toes. Also your fingers. Index finger forward. High finger on front. Next time, stay up. Shoulders away from your ears. Open up your chest. And exhale, come down. Toes into the mat. Find your tummy muscles. Tabletop. Shh. Pause and inhale in tabletop. Exhale to downward facing dog. Just walk out the dog. Tailbone up. Inhale, right foot up into the ceiling. Exhale, right foot behind right hand. We're going to go into warrior one. We're going to have 45 degrees or less in the back foot. and then come up. The front knee is bent. And I'm just going to show you here. Okay, so now you can see my feet, hopefully. When we are in Warrior One, and you put your feet straight under the hips, so there's distance between your feet. Then you turn the back foot, the one that's supposed to be the back foot, out. 45, not 90, absolutely not 90, so rather 24 or 25 or 45. And then put that foot back, straight back. So it's not in alignment with the front heel, which means crossing your knee joints. Don't want to do that. It's straight back, toes out. Yeah? You can see there's distance. It's not in a straight line like on the mat. It's out. Room for the hips, and we're not overrunning or crushing in the knee joints. Yeah, that's a healthy Warrior One. And you can also move the foot closer to get both your hips forward. So you adjust here. Hands through the heart. Inhale, arms up. Both hips to the front. Now the front knee preferably should be straight above the heel. Look up. Hands to heart. From here, tree pose. In standing, in tree pose, you can have your foot into the ankle, calf, or inner thigh, not the knee joint. And the foot is in 0 degrees. So it's not crooked, it's not curling, 0. On the calf, on the ankle, or inner thigh. Tailbone down, tummy in. Inhale, arms up. Open up your branches, so arms away from your shoulders. Just jumping back so you can see. So the arms away from the ears. You open up the branches, palms up. You look up. You show your heart to the sun. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Now move the foot back to where you had it in Warrior One. Yeah, so you just move it back to Warrior One. Then you take the right thumb into the right hip and extend the right leg. Now you need 2 blocks. 1 for each hand. When you get the right hip back, you straighten out both the legs. We're going to go into pyramid pose, it's called. A straight spine. So the right hip back, tailbone back. Extend both your legs. And then we're rolling cobra here. Cobra rolls. Snake rolls. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. And then stay down. Release your head. And anytime you can take the thumb into the hip, the right hip, and get that hip back, get that hip back. So the sits bones, the bones, the 2 bones you're sitting on, are going straight back, both of them. And the back foot, you can angle it in. So everything from 0 degrees to 45 degrees in the back foot. Also depending on your injuries and all that, right? Now we bend the front knee, take your hands into the mat, 3-legged dog, right foot back into the ceiling, and then downward facing dog. Going to roll into what is called a Vinyasa flow. You take the chin into your chest, you roll forward into plank, lengthen your head forward, tummy in, And here you can take the knees down first. Any case, elbows all the way next to your body, into the ribs, all the way to your tummy. Then we roll up here in cobra, or upward facing dog. Upward dog, extended arms, knees above the mat, strong feet. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now, left foot into the sky. Inhale, left foot up. Exhale, warrior one. Left foot behind left hand. Back foot in, 45 degrees or less. Come into warrior one. So, hips forward. Lifting up the inner arch of the back foot, super important. Lifting up both of your inner arches, hips forward. Inner arms up. Shoulders away from your ears, look up. Straighten out the back leg. Hands to heart. Inhale. Tree pose. Ankle, calf, or inner thigh. Open up the hips the best you can. Tailbone down. Inhale, arms up. Branches out. Show your heart to the sky. Look up. Calm down your breath. Stand strong like a tree. Send your root down. Inhale, arms up. Hands to heart. Exhale. Right foot, travel back into warrior one. Back into warrior one. Left thumb into the left hip. Extend the left leg. Pyramid pose. So it's called pyramid pose because you have a pyramid between your legs. You have a triangle between your legs. Now your hips are parallel. They're closed, and you, with the straight back, go down. You have your blocks ready. Straight back. It means some of you may be up high. Here, this is where you are, and this is where you can grow. You can't get to the blocks just yet. And you roll up here because you keep the hips closed and forward. You keep both of your legs extended. And then fall forward and down. Release your head, relax your head, left hip back. Both of your sits bones, the seated bones, are going straight back. Inhale, lengthen. Bend your front knee and three-legged dog. Left leg back into the sky to downward facing dog. Take your chin into your chest and roll forward. Lengthen the neck. Your throat look to the front. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. No matter what you do, open up your chest, shoulder blades together. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Look to the front of your mat. Walk to the front or jump. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold forward and down. Hastasana. Inhale. All the way up, standing. Samasthiti. Hands to heart. Exhale. Inhale. Hands to the sky. Uttanasana. Exhale. Forward fold. Urdhva Uttanasana. Lengthen the spine. Horizontally. Exhale. Chaturanga Dandasana. Walk or jump. Elbows next to your ribs. Upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Shoulders away from your ears, tummy into your tummy. Bend your knees and heels up, and then get that tailbone up. Find a long spine. And then maybe extend the legs, and maybe not. Inhale, right foot up into the ceiling, and exhale, warrior two. Right foot behind right hand. Now, just put the heel down. So it comes in, the back heel down, 90 degrees in the back foot, and swing up. So this is warrior two. This long distance between your feet, and your heels are now on the line, in a straight line. 0 degrees in the front foot and 90 degrees in the back foot. Arms horizontal. And then he comes like a sprite when all the coffee and the water went through the system, which you can't hold. So just lie down in child pose and rest, and I'll be straight back. Warrior two. Let's come back to warrior two. Alright, heel in alignment with heel and 0 degrees in the front foot. Now the front knee is going straight above the toes. And when you arrive, open up the hip to the side. You can even take your hands on the inside of your thighs and kind of lift them forward. Yeah, open up. And when you've done that, open up here. You need to adjust the front knee to get it straight out of the toes. And you steer with the big toe and your foot lifting up the inner arch. Yeah? Arms horizontal. Look to the right. That's warrior two. Now inhale, we go into reverse warrior two. It's the left arm, the back arm slides down the back leg. Inhale, come up, elbow behind knee. This is called extended side length, side angle position, also called Hatha Konasana. Keep the hips open, and from your back heel to hip to shoulder to fingertips, there's a straight line. Inhale, come up in reverse. Reverse warrior one. Keep bending the front knee. From here, we go into Ardha Chandrasana, which is a standing position, balancing on the right. So you keep the long lines in your legs and your arms and slowly go down. Here, grab a block, everyone. Now it's good with the cork. Lock under the right hand here. Keep the hips open. Flex the back foot, the one that's in the ceiling. Left arm up. Turn your eye gaze maybe to the side. Yes. Think long spine, long neck. And then we're sliding into asana, which is low lunge. So the left knee is into the mat and both arms up. So keep the left hip forward. Look up. So you're supposed to feel this in the front of your left hip, the psoas, navel in, think length. Hands into the mat, three-legged dog. So inhale, the right foot into the ceiling. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot up. Exhale, warrior two, left foot behind left hand. Put the back heel down into 90 degrees. And then swing up with your arms. Open up the hips. Get the right hip down. Tailbone down to the earth. Front knee straight above the toes. Get that right hip down. Arms horizontal. Look to the left. Warrior two. This warrior two. Strong feet. Inhale, slide down the back leg. Reverse. Look up into the ceiling. Open up the ribs. Bend the front knee. Inhale, Parsvakonasana, elbow behind knee. Extend the right arm. Go under the arm to the ceiling. Hips forward. Find that straight line like a piece of paper from heel, hip, shoulder, fingers. Inhale, reverse. Slide down the back leg. From here, Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Inhale. Balance on your left foot. So straight lines, long lines. Especially bend the knee that's in the air. You can bend the standing leg, that's fine. Block under the left hand. Keep the hips open. Extend the back leg. Right arm up. Can you extend both your legs, also the standing one? Can you look to the side? Some of you may even be able to look up to the sky. Shoulder blades together. Flex the back foot. And slide into asana, low lunge, which is right knee into the mat and both arms up. So the hips are closed and the hips are both of them to the front. Not open hip, but closed hips. Look up. And then lengthen the front. So use your tummy muscles also here. Lengthen, not collapse. Look up. And melt into the hip. So you really feel it in the front of your hip, the psoas here. Hands into the mat. Three-legged dog. Left foot into the sky. And then downward facing dog. Last Vinyasa flow. Take your chin into your chest. Roll forward. Chaturanga Dandasana. Lengthen the throat, the neck, look to the front. Slowly sink down to earth. Elbows to the side. Inhale, cobra. Or upward facing dog. Straight arms, lift up the knees, strong feet. Exhale to downward facing dog.
Look to the front of your mat, walk or jump to sit down.
We're gonna go into Urdhva Purvottanasana, which is reverse tabletop. Fingers to the front, toes to the front, shoulders folded back, shoulder blades together. 0 degrees in your feet. Inhale, lift up your bum. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, down. Toes into the mat. Your entire foot into the mat, not just your heels. Foot into the mat. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, down. 2 more. Next time, stay up. Let go of your head if it's okay for your neck. Look back. Can you see the floor? Can you see your own mat? Lift up your bum. Strong feet into the mat. Calm down your breath. And calm down. Lift your bum behind your heels. Roll the shoulders. Back, bend the elbows. Melt in. Melt into your shoulders. Melt into all the goo, the pain, the tension, the gravel, the stress, the too much responsibility, the responsibility that you didn't take but you should have. Everything, a lot of issues surrounding responsibility is placed in the shoulder area. And there's a lot of stress, settling into the body mind as contraction and tension in and around the shoulders. So feel it, release it down. Think on every exhale, I let go. I let go. And come up. Okay. So I'm going to lie down now on our back. If you take the feet to the edge of your mat and knees together, so there's a triangle in between. Arms in cactus. So arms in cactus is fingers next to your head and your elbows are bent. That's cactus arms. Or you can have them straight out to the side. That's up to you. So knees together. Now you tip both of your feet to the edge of the mat. You tip your knees to the right and you look to the left. Some of you may be able to take the right foot on top of the left. And for some this is way too much due to issues, nerve damage, due to knee injuries or ankle injuries. So you really have to tap in and listen. Is that too much for me? Then put the foot back down. This is a sacrum twist, which is creating flow in your entire lower body, in your organs, in your sacrum, hips. The pelvic floor gets affected here, and it opens up the flow into your legs, all the way down to your toes. And it's also a spinal twist because you look the opposite way. So there's a spinal twist from the tailbone
to atlas, top vertebra. So one deep breaths here. And if your foot was in the floor, put the foot now on top of the knee and get into center. So now you have the left foot into the mat and the right foot is behind the left knee. Also looks like this. Yeah. So the right foot is behind the knee. And then you just continue to the other side. And then we'll turn around so you can see exactly. So the right foot is up behind the left knee. And you just lead the right foot into the floor with the knee pointing up to the sky. The thigh is touching the ankle. Ankle is touching thigh. Arms are still in cactus, are straight to the side. And some of you may be able to grab the ankle. And that can be too much for the hip for some people. So again, listen carefully and honor the body that you have right now in this very moment. Look the opposite way of your knees. Think long spine. You feel it around the right hip joint. Some feel it more in the sacrum. Some feel it inside the hip. Some feel it in the nerves, like it's a fiery feeling that's streaming down the leg. Just find a spot, loosen up, and find a spot where you can breathe, where it's, you're supposed to feel something, yeah? But it shouldn't be painful. It shouldn't be excruciating, but for me it's uncomfortable. This is uncomfortable. And I can feel I am in an area where I can release the tension instead of adding. Two more deep breaths here. Come back to center, lying flat on your back. Take your feet to the edge of your mat, both of them. Straight to the edge of the mat, knees together, triangle. Cactus arm, you're straight to the side. Inhale, knees to the left and move to the right. Maybe you can take the foot on top of the other leg. Maybe not. Examine and listen. And respect the voices in your body. One last big breath here. If your foot is not on top of the right, do that now. Take the foot on top and then exhale. Back to the middle of your mat. Put the left foot behind your right knee. And then you just continue with the left foot into the floor, the opposite side. Arms still in cactus, so to the side. You look the opposite way of your foot and knees. Maybe you can grab the ankle, maybe not. And the thighs touching ankle and ankle touching thigh. There's contact and connection. Think knee towards the sky and long spine. Relax your face. Release your jaw. Slow down your breath. Soften your lips and your face. I listen to my body. I honor my body. one last deep breath here. Come back to your center, into your mat. And we're going to go into Savasana. And straight legs. Or Sleeping Goddess, which is Supta Pada Konasana. Feet together. Knees apart. You can decide if you want to have your arms above yourself or next alongside your body. Just get shoulders beneath yourself. Arms up. Take a deep breath and sigh out loud. One more time, deep breath. If you have your knees to the side, it's very nice with blocks as a support under your legs. And it's also perfectly fine with straight legs, which is called Savasana. Breathe into your tummy. Now inhale in through your nose into the middle of your brain. And out. Next time, inhale into the middle and then down, all the way down to the tailbone. Exhale from the tailbone, up, 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 along the spine, through all the vertebrae, and out through the top of your crown. Inhale in through your nose, a reverse L, in, and then down, 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 down to the tailbone. Exhale all the way up through all the vertebrae and up, out through the top of your skull. Inhale down, in and outside the spine. Exhale, in and outside the spine. Inhale in. Exhale from tailbone up. Three more times in your own pace. And then let go of your breath. Relax your jaw. Let your tongue become all spongy and soft and big. And let your lips become fluffy and sweet as candy flush. Candy fluff. And say out loud with me, Say inside your body after me. I release my body down. And I let go of tension. I release my body down, down, down. And I let tension go. I do not need to cling on to tension anymore. I can let it go. And just flow. I can let it go. And just flow.
Say 2 or 3 minutes more. And allow yourself to melt down. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for being in the group. Namaste.